And Alberta has so many organizations. It's a joke. But get involved. It's easy, and volunteering always is also good on your resume,
It is. Yeah.
especially in Alberta.
Yes. Hello, good afternoon, good morning, good day to you all wherever you are. My name is Moji Taiwo, the host of the Immigrant Experience Show. Today we have with us Mr. David Wallach.
Yep.
Yes, I got it right. I've been practicing.
Well, if you want to do it right, it's Wallach.
Wallach. David Wallach.
But it's in North America, it's Wallach.
I'll do Wallach
Okay.
because I want to be authentic.
No problem.
So before I introduce David to you, I just wanted to give you a little tidbits about Canada. Canada growth was 5.2% according to the latest stats. Now we're sitting at almost 37 million people. While Alberta's population saw the least amount of growth, its population sits at 4.2 million people. So that's the little bit about us, Canadian, for you. So, David is the president and founder of Triumph Real Estate.
That's one company.
That's one company. Investment fund.
Yes.
It's an investment fund company.
Correct.
And a private REIT income and growth investment, right? REIT is Real Estate Investment Trust. See, I did my homework.
Yeah, you have everything. You don't need me. I can leave. I can go and have a coffee.
The REIT income and growth investment focus on acquiring multi-tenant commercial properties in Canada and in the USA, right?
That's correct.
And individual people can also invest in this fund.
Of course, it's geared towards the individual people that invest, whether they invest in cash, whether they invest in RSP. Now we're in RSP season, and TFSA. All options are available for Canadians to invest.
Okay, see, this show is not only to bring Canadian immigrant stories and journeys. It's also here to educate us and to create wealth.
Yeah, and that's the purpose of the fund. Is we buy properties and we kind of improve them and then we sell them, and that's how we create income and growth to our investors.
All right. David is the president and broker at Barclay Street Real Estate Limited.
That's correct. LTD, yeah, that's correct. Barclay Street Real Estate.
That's where we're sitting right now.
That's correct as well. And Barclay Street Real Estate is a commercial real estate brokerage. So we do industrial, office, investment sales, retail leasing, and property management. We do property management all across the city and some also in Edmonton.
Very good. As well, David co-hosts a radio show called Calgary Next, which airs on Saturday mornings on 770 QR. CHQR 770 in Calgary. And incidentally, that's how I got to know you.
To know of me, probably, because
Yes.
it's not TV.
Yes.
As you can tell, I have a radio face, not TV face. That's so but the show is going now for about 10 months, and we're gearing now towards the spring and summer, and we're looking to do a little bit of a little bit kind of mix and match, meaning we're kind of in the process of trying to understand whether we want to do a little bit on, or 2 months, take 2 months and do just small businesses.
Okay.
Because right now we were focused on bigger companies and growth. Now we want to have a few months that we focus on the local small businesses and help them promote themselves and help them, tell their story.
Okay.
Going back to what started during COVID is support local businesses.
Yes. I will come back to that
Okay.
later on. But I'm here first and foremost to learn about your immigrant journey.
Oh, okay.
I understand from listening to you on the radio that you are from Israel. So tell us and our audience how your journey began.
Well, our journey began in 1997, and my wife and I, and we made a decision to immigrate from Israel. And so we did a lot of research, and we kind of narrowed it into Canada. And then in Canada, we did more research in 97, and we narrowed it to Calgary. So I came here in September 97 for 10 days, looked around, and called my wife. I said, honey, this is where we want to be. It's a small village that grows into a big city, and they don't get it yet.
Not yet.
So we started our immigration process. We did everything by the book, and we came here in the 90s. I don't know if that program still exists, but there was a program that called entrepreneurship.
Yes. A lot of, I think a lot of Nigerians came at that time too. Not people like us who came to pave the way 44 years ago.
Yeah. So I came through that entrepreneurship program. I had my business in Israel and I sold it. So I was involved in my own business. And the program was such that 3 years after you immigrate, you have to either start a company or be part owner in a company that employs at least one Canadian.
Okay.
So I started with this company in 2000, Valentine's Day 2000. So everybody here remembers the day I started. Yeah. And in 2001, I became a partner. And in 2003, I became the president. And in 2009, I bought the company.
Excellent immigrant story. You know, the reason why I decided and I'm passionate about the Immigrant Experience show is, of course, to showcase that most immigrants come to Canada to contribute and contribute immensely. So this is that story, your story.
Well, I think, I can tell from my own experience. I can't tell you how other immigrants feel or operate, but I can tell you from my story. I came to Canada to improve my life and my family's life. As a result, you contribute.
Yes.
And what you see is that immigrants usually, I would say, are more active in pursuing success just because we left something and we want to build something new. And to build it takes time, takes effort, takes hard work. That's why it seems that we do more hard work because we want to advance, we want to move forward. The reason I will recommend Alberta to everyone is what I found here when I came here, and I started in this commercial brokerage, which is basically sales. Mm-hmm. What I found here is that the people here, the local people, are open for business, meaning if I had a good idea, they would meet me, they would do business with me. They couldn't care less that my English wasn't perfect. It's still not. They couldn't care less.
You sound really good, especially if I connected with you on the radio.
They couldn't care less if my accent was weird, if the business was right. And that's the greatness of Alberta. It's a very entrepreneurial province, and people think out of the box all the time.
Excellent. Yes. I personally, I started in broadcasting way back, and then I went to work with the Justice Department, where I retired from after 31 years.
Is there justice in the Justice Department?
We try. I was with the young people. I was with the kids. Yeah. So, and of course, as you said, Alberta, Canada is open to us immigrants who want to do better for ourselves, for our children that we brought with us or the ones that are born here, and for the country.
Yeah, and I think that Canada today, I'm here, we're here 24 years, 23 years, my wife and my kids and us. So I can tell you there is a big shift, and more Canadians realize that immigration has to be part of Canada's growth. And they see today the importance, the contribution, the success, and there's way more support today for immigration than ever before.
Yes, I've seen that too. Yes.
So We're on the same page.
We're on the same page. And also, will you agree when I say that immigrant kids, like kids from immigrant parents,
Yeah.
because of our drive for success, that we impact them?
Oh, no doubt about that, because they see what you go through in order to make progress, and not everybody has the same path, and some struggle more, some struggle less, some are more successful, some are less successful, but within the family cell, when you come home and have dinner and share the information and share what they see, they feel, and it seems that they're way more motivated. I see it on my three kids. They are very motivated, thank God, and I see that their path to success is, I would say, that there is probably some kind of influence of the process we had to go through, moving from one country to another, struggling at the beginning, living with very minimal means at the beginning, in a rented house with the two kids sleeping in the basement. So they saw all this, and they saw the progress and what we had to do to get to the progress, and of course that kind of motivates them to be successful and probably shorten the path that we have to go.
Well, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. My children were born here, but and they are in their late 30s, early 40s now. And when we have a general discussion now, they do remember all those times that we were struggling. And even though as parents we may not realize it when they were young, they said they were quite conscious of it, and it motivated them to be the best that they could be.
Our kids were all born in Israel. Our youngest was 21 months when we moved, but our oldest, he was 11 years, and the middle one was 7 years. So they remember everything. They remember a lot of, I'll call it in a short, bad things that happened during that period, and that probably gives them more motivation than someone that had, a regular growing up and, regular life. I think that's natural everywhere, not
Yes.
just in Canada, not
Yes.
just for immigrants.
Yes.
If you go through hardship, you try to do better. The second generation tries to do better, usually.
Yes.
Sometimes they fall down.
Yes.
We hope that it's not ours.
Yes. Thank you, David. So after you got here and you set up the first business and everything, tell us more about your ventures.
So I didn't set up this business. As I mentioned, I became a
Oh,
partner.
you became a partner and then you bought it.
And then I bought it in 2009 when the financial crash happened. I took the company upon my shoulders to save the company, and I made a deal with the partners at the time, and they're all still here with us.
Okay.
And that's like 13 years later. And what is important for us, and I think the way we not just present ourselves, but the way I feel is that our company is a little bit different because we care.
That goes to the topic of your interview on the radio this morning, compassionate leadership.
That's because of Tara, my
Yes.
guest. That's because of Tara, my guest.
I truly believe, I
yeah.
believe in that model of leadership too. So,
So I think we kind of try to do here the same without even talking about it. But I think that you see my office right now, and you see that it's an open bullpen.
it's open. Yeah.
I don't have an office.
Yes.
I sit in the middle of the bullpen, so I don't.
As soon as we walked in, I said to him that I like it. I like the environment.
So everything is open.
Yeah.
The good and the bad. There's no other bad, but there's a lot of jokes going between us, right?
Yes.
But there's a good flow of information. There's open. It creates a feeling of openness. So if you talk about immigration, I just counted. I think we have here people from 8 or 9 countries. So we're basically a small United Nations. Hopefully we do better than the UN. The UN just big talk, no nothing done. Hopefully we do stuff and not just talk about it.
Yeah.
But we have people from Poland, from Ukraine, and from Kenya, and from Nigeria, and from the Philippines, and me from Israel, China, and you name it. So when you are in such an open environment, everybody feels relax. Everybody, there's no, like, nobody is afraid to talk with anyone. There's no door and knock on the door.
This is the model for inclusivity.
Yeah. Equality.
Equality, diversity.
My top two VPs are ladies. Because for me, it's the right person. I don't care about sex, about color, about religion, about country.
About accents.
Look at listen to mine, right? If I care about accent, I have a problem. But it's all about, being open to, and so we don't talk about this stuff.
Yeah,
we just act it.
Because it comes,
it's a natural thing for us.
And it's a non-topic of discussion.
No, zero.
Yeah, people come and they are able to be who they want to be. What matters is their talent and contributions.
Exactly.
Yes.
And that they have good character.
Yes.
Because we like good character. We have a lot of, yesterday, if you would come yesterday, you guys could have joined us for beer and wings. It's Friday.
Oh, wow.
Last Friday we had lunch. Next Friday, if you come, there's massage lady that comes here.
Wow.
So
this might encourage me to actually come to downtown more often.
Yeah. So, you do it, as I said, because we care. And the way I look at things is, everybody talks about client in every business, right? Mm-hmm. So I have a ranking of clients, but when a ranking is not, it's not exactly important. It's about who's responsible for which client. I'm responsible. My clients are the people that work here.
Yes.
They work with the clients. My clients are the people that work here.
So their well-being,
happiness, enjoyment,
is your
professional advancement. That's all my responsibility.
I like that.
Thank you.
Yeah, I like that.
I hope they like it too.
Yes. Well, if they are still here and your former partners are still here 13 years after, that's something to say.
Well, my controller is here 30-some years.
Oh, my.
George that just left, he's 30-some years. Ian is 30-some years. Alan and Bill are 30-some years.
Oh wow. That is
Shirley
wonderful.
Is 20, getting to 20, almost 20 years.
So you've become families.
Yeah, we are. We call ourselves family, the Barclay Street family.
Yes.
I don't use the word employees. I use colleagues and friends and family members. That's because, when you sit in an open bullpen and they chat with you all the time and you have to listen to how my EA talks to me sometimes.
But that's okay.
I can sue her for harassment.
When this clip is released, I hope you share it with her.
Oh yeah.
And all the other people in the office too.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So we've heard about your business acumen. Anything else you want to share with us as far as your community involvement?
Before I go to the community involvement, there's something that when you kind of contacted me, I started thinking about the whole immigration thing.
Okay.
Because, I didn't start immediately as the president and the broker.
Oh no.
And it seems to me sometimes that we put the hurdles in front of our own feet. And that's why I was so gracious and that's why I'm so thankful for being in Alberta, because Albertans accept immigrants better than anyone else.
Yes.
And
I can attest to that.
Calgary, Red Deer, I don't care.
Yes.
And if you contribute, and one thing is get involved immediately. So I'm involved in a few organizations. I was chairing the Calgary Economic Development.
So you're saying for new immigrants, when they come, they should get involved with the community right away?
Yes, and the reason is you want to be part of the community.
Yes.
That helps you, feel better, make progress, get to know people. We have a lot of Israeli friends, but we also have a lot of Canadian friends, right? It didn't start in one day. It was a process. You have to go through it. The easiest way to go through it, get involved. Don't just
create connections.
and one thing that we do, immigrants, and I say
Yeah.
we congregate with our own through language.
Isn't I stress that all the time.
We congregate with our own people, our own language, and
Because we're comfortable. Because it's
no,
like
because we're afraid.
We're afraid, and it's like a blanket. It's like a, what is it called?
I don't know if it's comfortable, because what I've noticed is that the immigrants from your country that came before you will try to take advantage, do business, win business with you, or as a result of helping you.
Yeah.
And that's why I say get involved in the community, get involved in your neighborhood community, get involved in your
In the children's
whatever,
schools, in
there are so many
volunteers.
There are so many opportunities. It's endless.
Yes.
And Alberta has so many organizations. It's a joke. But get involved. It's easy, and volunteering always is also good on your resume.
It is. Yeah.
Especially in Alberta.
Yes.
So that is my kind of 2 cents on what I went through. But I got involved in so many organizations. I was on the board of TCN. I was chairing the Calgary Economic Development Real Estate, because I called people and said, my name is David Wallach. I came from Israel. I want to see you because I'm in real estate. And I started meeting people. And I know, the first call is butterflies here.
Yes.
And you're afraid of your accent. You're afraid of your English. Who cares? Nobody cares.
That is such an invaluable advice. And it's something that I totally believe, that I preach to people all the time. If you sit amongst the people who are going through the same thing as you are all learning or not learning anything. But if you challenge yourself and put yourself out there, chances are you meet other people who would steer you in a different direction.
And if you look at also, I know I'm talking in generalities, but if you look at the way we immigrate, is the first thing we do is we go and live amongst everybody from our country.
Yes.
My wife and I, our first house was completely separated, like in an area that there was no Jews and no Israelis. And we got involved, our kids got involved with the community, with everybody, and the whole neighborhood and party and how do you call it,
neighborhood
block party and the whole 9 yards.
Block parties.
So we did it from day one. We still got involved with our community, with the Jewish and Israeli community.
Yes.
But we also got involved immediately with the local community.
There is a reason why you left your birth country. Is what I say to people. You left for a reason.
Yeah.
And when you arrive here, you should not limit yourself to that community. You should expand your horizons. Yeah, that's wonderful. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much. Is there anything else you want to add to this before we wrap?
It's... People like to complicate life. I like to
make life easy.
Simple. KISS, right? Keep it simple and stupid. That's what we're trying to do, and I think that the biggest, if I have to give someone an advice, is just be the same you were in your own country, but in this community, and don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to make mistakes, and don't be afraid to trip, because it's not about how you fall, it's how you get up.
Excellent. It's not how you fall, it's how you get up.
Yeah.
And make sure you get up.
If you don't get up, there's a problem. but that's the whole purpose, because we all fall. We all fall along the way. It's a long route that we have, and everybody falls somewhere, and sometime it's how fast and how quick you recover, get up, and move forward.
Excellent. Now, just quickly, I am also very interested in businesses and growing wealth. Can you tell us just a little bit how any lay person can get involved in the REITs?
For sure. So we have salespeople all over the country. And it's called exempt market dealers. So we have in Calgary, we have Pinnacle, advisors, Whitehaven advisors, research so we have 5 or 6 companies that sell units to the fund, and the fund is open for every Canadian, and the minimum investment is $10,000 and up to $1 million. And what we do is we buy properties, as I mentioned earlier, both sides of the border. We improve them, and then we sell them, and that's where the profit is. Along the way, we give quarterly distributions, but the big money comes at the end when we sell.
Okay.
So our fund is geared to people that don't need that money for the next 3 or 4 years. They will get a little bit as distribution, as I mentioned, but the big check arrives
when the property
is sold.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for that. Thank you, David. I have to say that I'm really flattered that you took my call and you accepted my invitation out of nowhere. This is the first time we've met.
Yes.
And actually, today is the first day we've spoken.
We spoke on the phone, didn't we?
No, we've been corresponding through
emails.
emails.
Okay.
Yeah. So thank you so much.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Yes. To you, our viewers, we thank you for watching this episode also of the Immigrant Experience Show. We ask you to please like, share, and subscribe. And we also have membership. Please become one of us. Take out membership with the Immigrant Experience Show. And don't forget to check out my book, I Give Because I'm Blessed because I Give, a chronicle of an immigrant's journey. Thank you for watching.